Hi everyone, my name is Haley, and today we will be talking about social proofs. So, what is a social proof, you may be asking. A social proof is one of the 7 levers of influence. It is the idea that people will do what they see those around them doing. Some examples of social proofs, a big one, especially nowadays, is social media, more specifically TikTok influencers. What you will see on TikTok is influencers being sent products through brand deals or PR, so they leave positive reviews so people like me or you will go and buy them. You know, they have, awesome skin. They're using this product. It'll make my skin look like that. You see this on commercials when athletes or celebrities will go and endorse maybe a vitamin. I seen that a lot when I was younger, but more nowadays I see it on TikTok a lot. This can also happen at school where you could see, a certain shirt that you might like and say, "Hey, that shirt's awesome. Like, I love that shirt. Let me go get it." Or maybe a group of people are, starting to wear this new brand and you've never seen it before, but you see a lot of people wearing it. So now maybe you want to check out the brand and get some of their clothing. Another form of social proofs is checking online reviews and seeing that, oh, this has a lot of 5-star reviews, especially on Amazon. They do pictures with captions. So, checking those online reviews also counts as a social proof. So, let's talk a little bit of the downfall of social proofs. When you are checking the reviews on a product, you want to assume they are being honest. Just like when you are watching your favorite influencer talk about their favorite skincare product. Many times, these reviews that they are doing are paid for, and this is not how they really feel. As I mentioned, TikTok influencers, celebrities get brand deals and are being paid to leave these positive reviews on products, as well as celebrities. So, this is not how they really feel. Maybe that's not even truly how a skincare product makes their skin look, but they make it seem that way. A few weeks ago, I saw this makeup influencer put mascara on and the frame cut off, and she came back with false eyelashes, and she was being bullied for it for a while because she had a brand deal and wanted to try and get everyone to buy this mascara. When it comes to negative reviews, there was a software that the book talked about called eBox. So when it comes to checking online reviews, we can use eBox to help us spot the fake reviews that people may had been paid to write. So the book goes into a little bit of detail about eBox. So this is a new software that helps detect the false reviews. So, how does this software detect false reviews? So, they look for lack of detail. So, maybe if it is just the stars and no caption, maybe that's a false review. If it includes more first person pronouns or has more verbs than nouns. So, the interesting thing about eBox is, and the issue is, the only issue I can see with eBox is how they can only see if it's a positive review that is false. But what about the negative reviews as well? What about competing brands that may pay people to go on there and write negative reviews. For example, let's use lipsticks as an example. You know, Maybelline and Tarte. Maybe Maybelline pays people to go on Tarte's website and be like, this was an overpriced lipstick. You can get like a very similar one at Maybelline. So this site is for catching the false 5-star reviews, but there can be false 1-star reviews as well. As well as, what about the not false 5-star reviews that they may be including in on false stars? Because sometimes people may not want to leave a whole paragraph on a review. So, how do I avoid social proofs? Personally, I avoid social proofs by checking multiple sites for reviews. I will, if it's a makeup product, I will go on Sephora and check on that product. Then I will go right to the source. So let's say it is Maybelline. I will go to Maybelline and go to the product and see that review as well. Maybe it's also on Amazon, and maybe people around me have it too. So I will go to those people that are around me and be like, hey, is this product what it says it is? Do you like it? How does it affect your skin? Another thing I do, especially with how TikTok is nowadays, I will wait a week and see if I still want a product, because sometimes I forget about it, and that has saved me a lot of money. So this is my reference page. I hope you enjoyed my presentation. Thanks.